You have a problem. How to play against the first move e4. And today I have a solution for you. The solution is to play the Scandinavian defense, a counter-attacking defense. You are threatening this pawn, and after this exchange actually you can destroy the tension in the center and you can play very nice chess. And after this you can play queen on d6, and it's a very solid system, and you can transpose this system actually to the Caro-Kann defense. Grandmaster Sergey Kasparov created a very good course here with a lot of games with his own experience, his own tournament experience, and explain very easily how you can use this system and have a very nice solution against the pawn e4. Even a 3-year-old kid can play this one. However, Sergey is a professional grandmaster, so even more strong players can take ideas, a lot of ideas about this amazing positional system that can help you play very easily without remember tons of theory, only with understanding. And for example, after this move we can continue developing our pieces, and one of the main ideas here in Scandinavian defense is to play this move knight to d5. Of course you can take there, and after that we can capture with the pawn, create the Caro-Kann pawn structure. And we didn't close that bishop with the move e6. For example, we can develop our bishop, play something like this, and this is a normal Caro-Kann position. For example, we can play something like this and have a very good position. However, we managed to avoid a lot of theory with this move queen to d6, because in Caro-Kann he has a lot of different ideas. However, playing this system actually you can avoid the theory, the big theory, and we have a very solid position. And in order to make this first video a little more entertaining, I'm going to give you some examples from the games that we will see inside the course. In this first position it's a white's turn, and white here capture on d5. How are you going to play here with the black pieces? You have only one move. You can pause the video and try to think by yourself. The next one, in the next position, is here. How are you going to play with the black pieces? And I'm going to ask you, queen on g4. Yeah, I add a question mark. But why this move is a mistake? Can you understand why? Next one. The next one is this. And here white should not play this move g5, try to attack, because we have this deadly check, and after this black is winning. Don't worry actually, because I explain all of these questions at the end of the course, and you can see all the answers there. However, you can try by yourself here to be productive. How are you going to continue? The next one is this. How are you going to continue with the black pieces? Can you find here something? How are you going to continue? It's black's turn. In the next position it's here. We have a very strong player with the white pieces, and indeed black can put some traps. Here in this position white played this one, fell into the trap immediately, and white can win, black can win material here. It's black's turn. Can you find the best move? Something is unprotected, and a very strong grandmaster 2600 fell into that trap and he lost the game. Next one is this example, and after this tricky move a6, a3, how are you going to continue with the black pieces? The position is approximately to equal. However, you need to be careful, because now white have some traps actually, and you need to avoid this trap. And another very good scenario, another very good idea to play the Scandinavian defense is this. The Caro-Kann heavily analyzed with from many players. However, the Scandinavian defense has not so much theory actually, because you can play with ideas. It's another benefit to play the Scandinavian. Next one, the next example is here, and white is threatening this move rook d1, right? And maybe then he's threatening the knight on c4. Sergey didn't play very well here. He played knight to d6, he lost the game, not from this move actually. Knight d6 is not losing the game. However, you have something better. Can you find the best position here, for the best move for black actually? And you need to calculate some things, of course. It is black's turn. The next one, in next position, we have here, and definitely after watching the videos you are going to understand all of this position. You feel confident and you will be able to answer all of these questions in spot like that, bam. Now it is black's turn. How are you going to continue? What do you think? The bishop on e6 is not really under Attack because you can capture the queen on d2, but we have more ideas here. How are you going to continue? It's black's turn. Next one, before the end we have that. Very nice endgame. Indeed, in Scandinavian we can play a lot of endgames actually. If we would like, we can transpose the position to the endgame. However, how are you going to play here? Try to push your opponent. It is black's turn. And I kept the most difficult position for the end. Now white just play the move rook to d4, and you need to defend actually here. How are you going to defend? Only one move is good here. How are you going to play? It is black's turn. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found the solution to this one. Thank you very much, and hopefully to see you inside the course.